Hey, what's up, everybody? We're down here at the Circus Adventure Dome again. We're going to start off here with FSD 12.5.1.3. First, we're going to head off to the Wynn, and I think then we'll head to maybe the Aria Resort and Casino, and we'll see how well FSD 12.5.1.3 does. Last time I drove down here on the strip with FSD 12.5.1.3, we were able to drive for about an hour all over the town with 0 takeovers. So we'll see if we can replicate that today. The car smoothly went around that bus. Okay, we've got a blinking yellow here, so we can make a left yield to make a left turn. And the car smoothly rolls it, just like I would do. All right, we've got a right turn onto Las Vegas Boulevard here. The car in front of us is making a right. There's plenty of room for them to, but it looks like they were waiting behind the car in front of them. We've got pedestrians here crossing. The car in front of us is going through. We've got some more coming from the left, so we're waiting for all of them. Very smooth. We're going to give it a little bit more of a challenge this time. We're going to be going into the entrances of each location instead of just driving by. As soon as we pull in here, I'm going to end the trip, and then we will reroute to the Aria. Okay. Take me to the Aria. Okay, the car is slowing down for an unknown reason here. Not sure why. Did not need to take over. Maybe it thought the vehicle to the left was coming in our lane. I'm not quite sure. But that was an odd behavior. Again, Tesla, if you're watching, if I had that snapshot button, I would send these things to you. Okay, the car's braking, so I'm hitting the accelerator pedal. That's one intervention. I'm not sure why it did that. We quickly went in front of that black SUV. And so if the car's going to do that, it can't jump in front of a car and then slow down and make them slow down. That makes no sense. Okay, the car is going to be handling a lot of traffic here with vehicles weaving in and out. One cab almost hit another cab right there to the right. We need to start making our way over to the right fairly soon. We've got 0.6 miles until our right turn onto Aria Place, I believe. Okay, I held my foot over the brake for a second there to make sure it was going to stop for that red, but it smoothly stopped for that red light. Okay, the vehicle accelerated pretty swiftly from that green light, which was really good so that we could start making our way over to the right, so we can turn right into the Aria up ahead. Over here by the Paris Hotel and right in front of the Bellagio fountains at the moment. Okay, we'll be making a right turn here into the Aria. As soon as we pull in here, I'll go ahead and end our... Once we get towards the front, I'll end our destination. And let's see. Take me to the sphere. Okay. So that's one disengagement. It was looking to pull through valet to go around, where we actually need to be on the drive-through. Now this is, I'm not really going to count that against FSD. At the moment, it can't read signs, and so it's not really going to know which area is for valet, which is for drop-off. Now we could have continued straight there. It looks like the car is wanting to get over to the right more. It's going to have to self-correct here, which it's doing. So other than just picking the wrong lanes there, wanting to go to valet instead of the through traffic lane, I handled that really well. Handled the stop car in front of us, the pedestrians coming out. Everything handled really smooth. Now it looks like we'll be making a left turn onto Las Vegas Boulevard and heading to the Sphere. At the Sphere, I usually see, actually, it looks like it's got us in a right turn only lane. So we might have another disengagement here. Actually, I think we can, it says, it looks like right turn only, but it looks like we can go left here. But the car was not making a decision confidently. So I did take over and put us right, since the lane markings on the lane were for right turn only. It was very confusing. In that intersection, we had 3 left turn signs and lights, and we were technically in the 3rd lane from the left. Now here's another scenario where the car has us in a double left turn lane on the right side. Our navigation has us doing a U-turn here, which is not going to be possible. So we'll see if the vehicle can make this left turn and readjust itself on its own, or if I'll need to take over. Okay, here we go. And the car is appropriately making a left turn here. And it looks like it's going to reroute us back through these roads, so that's perfect. The car handled that perfectly. Got itself into a pinch by not selecting the correct left turn lane for the U-turn, but then was able to readjust its route and continue on. It's hitting these speed bumps at a really comfortable speed as well. Okay, we've got the car turning left and pedestrians on the left. We'll need to wait for these pedestrians. The car sees them and is waiting. And smoothly goes as soon as they're clear. We accelerated a little quick there for the speed bump. None of these are mapped, so you can't really blame the car for it, but be nice if we could see those a little bit sooner there. This one it saw really soon, so that one was handled perfectly. We've got a pedestrian crossing the crosswalk here. You're turning right into the sphere now. And we've got pedestrians crossing. If we go quick, we can do it. But looks like we're waiting for them, which is just fine as well. Safer is better. Okay, I'll go ahead and end our trip here. And then I think next we'll go to Mandalay Bay. Take me to Mandalay Bay. We've got some parked cars here. We'll need to go around. The car naturally does it, just like I would. Being cautious for those pedestrians as well. We've got another parked car going around them. Very smooth. Okay, the car's creeping for visibility there, and then proceeds as soon as it sees that both directions are clear. We've got pedestrians and a person on a neon bicycle here to the right. And it looks like a man standing in the road. So we'll see how the car handles this. It looks like it's gonna proceed. And now it's waiting for the pedestrian that's just standing in the crosswalk. Realize he's just standing in the road, turned around, and the car proceeded. Handled that really smoothly. A human driver probably would have went around slowly, but the car was extra cautious since we did have someone vulnerable in the road. We need to make a left turn up ahead, but the left lane is closed. We'll see, it looks like the car realized that early on and is staying in the middle lane and then preparing to enter the left turn lane. Couldn't handle that any better. That was perfect. We've got a situation here where the right lane up ahead is closed. It looks like people were going to pass on the right, but have started to stopped right behind us, so they'll merge behind us. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end our trip there. And here we are at the Mandalay Bay. And yeah, the overall really great, another great drive by FSD 12.5.1.3. We traveled all over. We started at the Circus, went to the Wynn Hotel, then we went to the Aria, then the Sphere, and now we're down here at Mandalay Bay. 2 disengagements at the Aria. Take me to the Aliante Hotel. Okay, I'm gonna head back home towards my area of town now. But yeah, overall, just to recap, we've got so here's another, actually, before we end this, it's another situation where we needed to turn right there based on the navigation, but the vehicle's rerouting for us since we weren't able to make that right turn in time. So that was handled perfectly as well. Now we've got, looks like we've got a left turn up ahead. So I'll keep this rolling until we get on the highway, and then I'll cut it once we get on the highway. Since there's nothing exciting there, that's still the old stack. But yeah, we traveled from Circus to the Wynn Hotel perfectly. No issues. Pulled into the Wynn Hotel through the front, rerouted, was able to come out and head towards the Aria. Once we got to the Aria, we got there perfectly and pulled into the front entrance. The only reason I had to disengage is because it was going to pull us through the valet lane instead of the through traffic lane, and I didn't want to inconvenience anybody. And technically, none of that's mapped, so you can't really fault FSD or the car for that. It will be nice when we can finally test that and see that rerouting to exit would put us in a through lane, but I imagine that'll be a little bit in the future. Then the only real disengagement we had was coming out of the Aria. There, we needed to make a left turn, and we put ourselves into the second right turn lane, which was a little bit confusing because I believe there were 4 lanes there, and then 5 traffic lights with 3 saying you could go left and 2 that you could go right. So it really was a confusing situation that probably a lot of humans in that situation would have just turned left as well, because it did say that there were 3 lanes that we could turn left on. So if you go back and watch that, I think you'll see what I'm talking about. But since during that maneuver, I would have been fine if the car turned left. There were plenty of lanes for us to turn left in. But the car hesitated and was bouncing back and forth a little bit in that intersection. So I went ahead and took over, and we made that right turn. Then soon after that, we had another situation where we got into a double left turn lane, except we were in the rightmost left turn lane, and the vehicle navigation was saying to make a U-turn right there, which is not feasible from that position. So the car handled that perfectly as well, and just went ahead and made that left turn and rerouted itself. So overall, getting FSD 12.5.1.3, when it gets itself into a pickle, most of the time it can get itself out really smoothly. There's just these few little edge cases where the car doesn't quite know what to do and isn't confident in its decision. So I do end up taking over in those scenarios. Really looking forward to FSD 12.5.2 and that series coming out. I believe that's when we will see end to end on the highway, and we can actually test some more traveling out here with highway transfers and dealing with traffic on the highway near the strip. I'll try to get us to bounce around a few places that require us getting on and off the highway, and see how well that does. Some other improvements that we're waiting on are being able to use sunglasses during the day and still be able to do hands-free FSD. The other 2 major FSD updates that we're really waiting on are the FSD 12.5 series coming to Hardware 3 vehicles. That'll be major. I believe it's still about 75% of the entire Tesla fleet are using Hardware 3. So that'll be massive once everybody can start using this. The other huge one being Cybertruck getting autopilot and FSD. So hopefully that'll be happening here before the end of the month. Maybe soon, early September at the latest. Let's keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully we see that really soon. Okay, looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a tight merge here. And the car seems to be handling it really well. As soon as we get into the full open road on the highway, I'll go ahead and end this video. I just want to show you guys how it's handling merging with traffic here on the highway. All right, there you have it. It's been almost an hour of driving on the strip, and FSD doing an amazing job as usual. Very comfortable, very happy with its performance, and look forward to testing this version more, as well as new updates that come in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next video.